Yes.
In between we lost
Again,
for some time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for patiently waiting. So let me now come back. So I started about an area of saying how do I get more customers, or if I already have customers, how do I give new products and services to them? This entire thing is what is called customer relationship management, customer acquisition, treating customers better. For example, Ganesh Kumar is a customer of State Bank of India. He sends, let's say, every month 5,000 rupees to his son who is studying in college. Now, State Bank of India's IT system knows that every month he is sending 5,000 rupees, very small amount. So they send a message saying that, okay, we find that you are sending 5,000 rupees to your son every month. Do you want to send this money? Why don't you give us what is called a standing instruction? Automatically on the first of every month, your son's account will be credited 5,000 rupees. My son is very happy because he doesn't have to ask me to make a call to me to say, Dad, send me 5,000 rupees. It makes his life easy. But what has State Bank tried to do? State Bank has actually, based on my pattern of transactions, analyzed and found out what my requirement is. And they said, instead of transferring money this way by using one of the digital payment transaction modes, you are actually in a position to send money automatically. This is what is called a data-based customer relationship enhancement. So based on data, based on trends, a customer is actually facilitated better. So if you have a savings bank account customer, let us say this is a farmer. Okay, he is in Kutanad, he is actually producing a lot of rice. Based on the transactions that have happened, the bank is able to find out that, okay, every once in 3 months he pays money as rent for the tractor that he is actually using for tilling. Or every once in 2 months he goes to the fertilizer shop and buys fertilizer. So the bank can come and say, look, we find that every once in 2 months you're buying fertilizer or seeds. We find that you do not have money that much available. So do you want us to give a loan every 2 months, 10,000 rupees, which you repay in the next 2 months? So just based on a savings bank account on basis of transactions, they are able to sell a loan product. Basis a loan product, they are able to sell some other product. This is called customer relationship management. Now, traditional customer relationship management is exactly what I told you now. What did I tell you now? I told you now that based on the pattern that this farmer has been doing, the system said that, okay, from a savings product, sell him a loan. But if we were to use AI, one of the advantages of AI is that it does a future prediction. So what will it do? It will say, for example, that let's say we are in the month of June. In the month of June, it will do a prediction and say, no, there is going to be a flood which is going to happen because of the weather condition. So next month, if you are going to actually go ahead with sowing rice and your paddy farm will be underwater, you will not be able to take care of it. So it might give a warning to the customer to say that don't go for seeding this time. Wait for 2 more months, let the floods be over and then do it. AI gives a warning, which he wouldn't have got access to otherwise. Now, this is as far as the farmer is concerned. As far as the bank is concerned, what it will say? It will say, if you are going to give advance to crops for seeding in this particular area, Munnar's, wherever Periyar River is coming and they are using Periyar as an irrigation source, on that area, if people are actually rising crops in the next monsoon season, there is going to be a problem. So it will give a message to the bank system saying that be careful if you are giving loans, that those loans may not be repaid because there is going to be flood, the land is going to be flooded. It will help. So point is, again, these are just some tools which will happen. But more important than that is what I wanted to say is that automated banking. What is automated banking? It is something, all of you after this course is over, this event is over, you will be given a form by Ranjita and her colleagues, give a feedback. So you will give a rating. They will ask, how was the session of Ganesh Kumar? You will say the session was boring, it was a worst session, never call him again for this program at all. Great. She will take it into account and say, well, in future we will not call Ganesh Kumar. But then the damage that Ganesh did during the program, 1 hour of all of you, he bored you, that is not something that you want. So what does AI do? AI, instead of a feedback mechanism, will provide something called a feedback mechanism. I know by now How many of you have sent WhatsApp messages to your friends saying that, oh, it was 10 minutes, we were boring, waiting for the session to start. Then some of you said, okay, he's talking something about AI, looks to be interesting. Somebody else says he's not giving a PowerPoint presentation, it is actually his own talking. Twice there have been interruptions. These type of messages which go on the WhatsApp, which you are giving, these actually function as a feed forward message for Ranjita. And Ranjita or Ravi Mohan send me a small message which tells me, look, you're talking about stories, people here are not liking stories, why don't you talk about some case studies? So on an online real-time basis, I can change my delivery. And if I change my delivery, you are all happy. If you are all happy, that means the target audience is happy. If the target audience is happy, my objective is met. This is exactly what is required in marketing. This is exactly what is required in any service sector. And that is what is required in banking as well. So once, let's say, a loan is given, a farm loan is given, if artificial intelligence can do monitoring of that particular farmer, not individually the farmer, but what is happening in that area, is there enough water? Are his crops being watered regularly? Are his crops growing properly? Is there availability of fertilizer in that godowns near his farmland? Once the crop has grown,